Hi, everybody. I hope you all are doing well. First off, I want to say happy Memorial Day weekend. I hope everyone is staying safe and living their best life in quarantine. So the reason why I decided to make this video was because 8 years ago, when I decided to cut my hair and completely go natural, a lot of people had a lot of questions, and at the time, I didn't have the answers because I was just adjusting to, my new look, and also starting a new phase in my life. So now that we're in quarantine, I have all the time in the world. Everybody needs a little bit of entertainment. I decided, hey, why not record this video and give you guys some answers? Also, this is gonna have nothing but pictures of me from college. It is cringy AF and it's hilarious. So I decided to add all the photos that I could find. I don't have that many of me from freshman to not only senior year, also my grad year, so you guys can see this journey with me. So let's get into it. So the first few pictures of me is when I had my hair completely straight, and that's how my hair was for actually most of my senior year, to the second photo, which is actually what my afro looked like by the end of my grad year. It was super big, it was super curly. It wasn't stretched hair, but you get the gist. So when I actually I started school with my hair in braids. I grew up in New York City. I went to school in Ithaca, New York, so I wasn't sure if they had a black hair salon. I wasn't sure if I was going to like the hairstylist, so I thought I would be better safe than sorry and actually start the year off in a protective style. That was actually short lived because I soon realized that, there wasn't any salons. I didn't know somebody that could do my hair. My braids were getting super, old. So voila. I had to take my braids out. So I took my braids out. I had washed my hair in this photo and blow dried my hair out to the gods. So I had a lot of volume, like you can see, in the roots because I hadn't even put heat on my hair yet. But the issue that I was having was that my ends were really, really thin because I had put so much heat and heat damage on it. So what I used to do was I put in, after I flat ironed it, a couple of tracks to kind of make my hair a little bit thicker at the ends. Because yet again, my roots, I didn't have a problem with thick roots. I had really thick hair. It was really curly. It was more so the ends of my hair, they were just so thin that in order for me to get any volume or anything in there, I had to put 2 to 3 tracks in my head. Yet again, I didn't do this for length. I did it more so just so that way my hair would look almost like even, I guess, coming down. So here's my hair after I put in the tracks and after I actually flat ironed my hair. So for the most part, I went weeks on end just washing my hair and flat ironing my hair. But my freshman year, I got into dance. I was doing track again. And that put a lot of stress on my hair because I literally would straighten my hair. It would look really nice. Then go to the gym, go work out, and right afterwards my scalp would get sweaty, so I my roots would get puffy again. So I literally have to go and flat iron my hair again almost every single day. So I was putting a lot of heat damage on my hair those first couple of months that I was icy and after I took my braids out. But honestly, I was living my best life. My hair was super straight. That's how I like my look. Here's a few more cringy photos of me with my straight hair. So yeah, my hair was pretty long, like it was at a good length. Um, so I never had an issue with length. The issue that I really had at the end of the day was like the health of my hair. The health of my hair just was not good. at all whatsoever. And I kept holding on to the length of my hair because I just like having long hair. Um, and I just couldn't like get over it. So I like long hair and also straight hair. For whatever reason, I love my hair like bone straight. So yeah, just a close up of my ends. As you could see, I didn't even like my hair bumped. I just wanted it literally straight because that was the look. So I realized I was doing a lot of damage to my actual hair. So what I used to do was I actually used to clip the front part of my hair and just clip it back. So that way, instead of doing like 4 or 5 passes to try to get my roots bone straight, I could kind of like hide the roots, but I still liked my ends bone straight for whatever reason. So here's another close up. Um, oh, I look so cute there. So I was just trying to, just have this long black brown hair. That was my thing. That was how I was used to looking. That was, my comfort zone, I guess. So here's a fun fact. The reason why I was okay with clipping the front of my hair to the back is because of this photo. So if you see here, I'm on the bottom. This is actually me freshman year of high school. My hair was still long, even though you could obviously have split ends. But if you look at my bangs, when I was in high school, I had like a nervous twitch, I guess. And so when I used to get stressed out or when I was really nervous, I used to literally pull the hair out of my bangs. So by the end of my freshman year of high school, I was bald. So I literally started to pin my bangs back so my bangs can grow back. So that's why I was comfortable clipping my hair to the back like that. So weird. Anyways, so here's a few more pictures, fun pictures of me when I was younger, with my hair clipped to the back and it was still straight. Here's a couple photos. I think it was before a couple football games, so I was really into the school spirit. But honestly, that was just my look. Like, I either had my hair completely out and it was flat iron, or I had my hair completely out and I had 2 or 3 tracks in the back to help with volume because my ends were so thin and I used to like my ends bone straight. So I was flat ironing my hair almost every single day. So obviously that wasn't gonna last for too long. It was just too much heat damage on my hair on a day-to-day basis. So I actually went and got a full weave. So I got wet and wavy and also a straight bang, just so that way my hair can just completely rest. And then also stay moisturized during the winters in Ithaca because it was really cold, really harsh. So I was trying to keep my hair protected to reduce breakage. On a side note, I thought I was so cute in this picture. Um, Anyways, it was really dark in this room, but I went from having a full weave to basically doing a straight weave with a lot of leave out. So I used to leave out my edges and a middle part. Sometimes I used to do like a little more than a middle part, so that way I didn't only have a straight part, I could do side parts if I wanted um, to kind of protect my hair. I did some fun things. So I love this. I had to put a red track in my hair. And I had loved that, like just having that little pop of color because depending on how I parted my hair, either you would see it and sometimes you wouldn't. So I felt like I was like, ooh, classy during the day. I was like a business student. I was getting it. And then at night, I could kind of, comb my hair to the side, have a little red, have a little fire. I thought it was a vibe. So here I was actually at a conference. You can't tell, but I actually have red hair. That red track is in this photo, but you can't see it. And I had loved that look for a really long time, actually, while I was in school. So obviously, even if you have a leave out, like the hair that you're leaving out, it's still getting damaged. So I went back and forth between doing full straight weaves like this one or just doing a leave out to kind of protect my hair. But by the end of my sophomore year, I was over it. I was just going back and forth, and there was so much damage because I was leaving out my hair, um, and wearing all these weaves. And also at the time, I started to watch YouTube videos more about girls going natural, or just beauty videos about different like styling tips to keep your hair in protective styles. So what I did was I went home, I did a clean sweep, completely got my haircut. And for whatever reason, I was like, all right, let me just take this photo to see how short it is. Because I remember coming back and I was like, oh my God, my hair's so short. It made me like really self conscious. So I just wanted to track my hair growth afterwards. So I had saw somewhere on the internet, a lot of girls were doing this 3 month no heat challenge. And yet again, between the relaxers and the heat that I was putting on my head every day, like that was the issue. So I decided I was gonna take the summer, not get any more perms, not do any heat damage at all whatsoever. I was just gonna give my hair a rest. So what you see here is a braid out. So because my hair had so much volume at the top, I wanted to kind of make the ends, I fake did some volume towards the ends because I had no curls. So what I used to do was I used to spend 3 to 4 days doing French braids like these. So I would deep condition my hair. I would do the 2 French braids. I would moisturize it, let my hair rest for a few days. Then I would take the braids out, and then my hair used to be like really curly, so I used to just like shake it out, and I used to wear my hair out and like big curly, it wasn't really the afro, but like just these big kind of waves during the summer. So by the end of the summer, you could see here I'm in the yellow shirt. My hair got fuller. You can see that lengthwise it got longer. um, I remember it was so hot and my hair was just like, I literally felt like a lion. My hair was just so big. I used to just pin it back to get the hair just out of my face. But that actually worked for a while on my hair in terms of like just getting my hair longer. So as you can see here, my hair was really long, but it still had a lot of damage. So the issue that I was having was because I was not relaxing my hair at all. My roots were so curly when, especially when like they were sweaty, that the ends of my hair started to break off because literally it was curly hair at the root and then straight hair at, the bottom. So like the line, I guess, in between where the curly hair ended and the straight hair started, it was really weak and fragile. So my hair just started to break. So I was still having this like thin end issue, and it was driving me completely insane. I remember having trouble by the end of that summer, like really combing through my hair because my hair would get so tangled and it would break so much that almost immediately when I went home for like a few days, went home, I got my hair relaxed. Um, and that was that. And here are some more dance photos. Literally cringe. Nonetheless, the point was, as you could see, my hair was longer again. So this was my hair length, without no weaves, no extension, no nothing. I was literally just wearing my hair out and about. It was just flat ironed again. So primarily, while the thin ends and the breaking ends was the issue, like you can see my hair is down my back in this picture, that is not the main reason why I cut my hair. So while my hair was getting longer, like almost like as you saw in the previous photo before, the back of my hair, you could start to tell, was falling out. Why it was falling out to this day, I do not know. I suspect one that it's hereditary because I remember when my mother got a little bit older, her hair started to thin. So I think my hair has started to, even now, like continuously, I think my hair has started to thin as I gotten older and be stressed. Because I remember I was so stressed out at that time period in my life that I was just like, this could be the only reason why my hair is falling out. And honestly, in my mind, I was just like, well, relaxers and heat damage is just literally making it worse. So you'll see in the next picture, I started to, it wasn't really tracking, but I started to track what was going on in the back of my head because I felt my hair coming out. And, like, obviously, when I used to brush and comb it, I used to see the hair coming out, but I couldn't see it. So these are like really bad photos because I use my, what is this called, photo book on my MacBook, and I was just trying to see it. After a while I like gave up because I wasn't doing, like, I couldn't see like great photos. But obviously, like, literally when I pulled the top of my hair up, like, there's no like hair from like the middle of my ear down. And if you look at this photo, that's when I knew it was just getting worse because you went from having at least some black, so you knew hair was there, but then you started to see the skin on the nape of my neck. So I knew that like my hair was still falling out and I just didn't understand why. But it was annoying because if you see here, I was literally, it's really hard to see, but literally my hair was bra strap like length. I would go deep condition it and try to dry it and do the same, hair routine that I had before, but my hair was still coming out. I think this next picture is at a slightly different angle so you can kind of see a little bit better. I should have just changed into a lighter shirt. But yet again, I was just trying to see like what was going on in the back of my head. So I was just taking pictures, trying as much as I could to see what was going on. I tried pulling my hair up into a bun to see the back of my head. Now, the thing is that I knew my head was completely bald at that point because only thing I felt when I rubbed the back of my head was skin. And I was really embarrassed by it and I didn't know like what to do. So this is probably the best picture that you can see of the actual damage. And this actually was a few weeks after the photo that I took in the burgundy tank top because I was so embarrassed and like I also didn't want to face the reality myself that I did not want to show myself the pictures of how bad my hair had gotten in the back. And so I was using, I think, like tea tree oil and a lot of oils and like massaging it. So when I took this photo, my hair was actually growing back, but you can clearly see the bald spots. Like the lighting hit this picture perfectly. You can clearly see the bald spots, the fading, and there was just no hair there. Um, and I really just didn't know what to do because I was at a loss because the back of my head was balding, but my hair was still growing, even with the heat damage or like the thinning ends. My hair was still growing, but it was weird because literally the back of my hair was bald, so I couldn't even put in any tracks to like hide that there was no hair there. There was no hair to literally catch because my hair was so short in the back of my head. So I was trying to figure out what to do with my hair. So this next photo is actually from sometime around the end of my junior year. So you could see how long my hair had gotten from the beginning when I got my hair trimmed to the end. Like my hair was literally down my back. There's no tracks here because like I said before, I was bald in the back. There's no weave, there's nothing. This is literally my hair. You can see like the split ends. So I used to still blow out my hair and flat iron it like this. So I had length. It was just so thin at the ends. So this is how I used to keep my hair. I used to straighten my hair and then basically do like a twist, like a little bun, and then clip it. Because I couldn't do braids or anything anymore because I did not want to pull the back of my hair at all whatsoever. Um, and I also wanted a way to hide it. So I used to wear like these low buns with like a little messy bun with a clip at the end. I'm just showing these pictures honestly because I love them. This is like me and my best friends the end of my junior year of college. It was like a sweet photo shoot that we did. So the summer after my junior year, when I went home, I did the no heat challenge again. So this is just a couple of styles that I did to keep heat off of my hair, and to also make my perms last a little bit longer. So I used to also keep my hair up in a high ponytail and bun, and sometimes I used to wear like a headband, like a thick headband around it, or a thin headband, depending on the day, just to cover like the bald spot in the back, and just hope and pray that somehow the back of my hair would mysteriously grow back. So after I finished the no heat challenge at the end of the summer, I went back to school. So as you could see, I was still doing the low bun with like the low messy bun with the clip in the back, literally to cover the bald spot. It was not growing back. So this is the last picture that I could at least remember with me having my hair permed. It was what it was. The low messy bun worked, but I was just getting tired of it. Till this day, I would never forget it. It was a Friday morning. I washed my hair, I deep conditioned, I went to class, and I let it air dry. I looked like a lion. I went back home and the plan was to style it. So I air dried for a bit to kind of reduce heat instead of using the blow dryer. Then I would go home and I would try to style it instead of flat iron it first to kind of just help with the damage. And I went home, my hair was tangled. I was just tired of it. Like I was just so frustrated. I was just tired of it. And I grabbed the scissor. I went into the bathroom and I said, Denisha, you know what? Like, either you can get a relaxer to try to make your hair one texture with this damage, and all these bald spots, or you can just cut. And I literally looked in the mirror and I told myself, I just said, if you cut from the front, there's no way you could stop. You would literally have to keep going if you cut a big chunk of your hair off in the front. And so that's what I did. So here's all my hair in the sink after I cut it. As you could see, it wasn't a lot of hair because literally the hair in the back, there was just none there. So I cut the rest of my hair off. It was thin, it was damaged. I have no footage of me doing it while I was cutting because literally it was just something that I did in the moment. I didn't even think about like grabbing a camera, especially me in my early 20s. And on top of that, I was trying to process what was going on and what I was doing because I literally cut a chunk of my hair out of the front. And once I cut the chunk out of the front, I could not stop. So there was points as I was cutting where it was like so freeing and so spontaneous, and I was so super excited. And then there was other parts where I was getting emotional and like wanted to cry because I was just like, I don't know how I'm gonna look. I had, this long hair for like majority of like all of my life. Even if it was long hair, I had hair. Like literally I was going close to bald. I didn't know if I was gonna be feminine anymore. I didn't know if like the boys were gonna like me. I was just trying to process everything going on in the moment. Like I was scared of like everybody's reaction. So long story short, I didn't have time to grab a camera. I was just scared about what was going to be like the repercussions of this decision that I was going to make. Scared is not even the right word. I was terrified that I was going to wake up in the morning and completely regret my decision. And I just was not ready for people's reactions. But lo and behold, here's how the haircut looked after I was done, to be honest with you, there's actually still quite a bit of relaxed pieces of hair in my head, like right after I took this picture. So I ended up trimming it down a lot more after I took this picture. To be honest with you, I don't have a lot of pictures from when I first cut my hair just because I was so insecure about it. Like, I just didn't want to see myself like that. I didn't want any memory of it. Like, I was so self-conscious. I hated like taking photos. So I had to wait until my hair grew out a little bit more and for me to kind of adjust to it before I was ready to take more photos of myself with that short of hair. Nonetheless, I got used to it. I've been natural ever since. So here's some photos of me literally at the end of my senior year. This was senior splash day. So fun story, the reason why I don't have the shirt was because I was not gonna participate in splash day, and by chance I was literally walking past and I saw all of my peers getting ready to run into the fountains, and I was like, oh my god, I need to be a part of it. Ended up running in the fountains, getting wet, having a good time, and lo and behold, we ended up on the school website. So there you go. That's my fro in its full glory. And here are some pictures from graduation. So I would say having an afro and trying to keep your cap on, especially on a windy day, it was so windy graduation day, was the most annoying thing ever because A, my hair was getting matted underneath like the cap, so you couldn't see like my full curls like stretched out. And then on top of that, it was just hard to like pin to my hair and keep it in place. So it was so annoying, like having to readjust and deal with the cap. If I were to go back, I wouldn't have worn the cap and called it a day. And here's a photo of like me and my best friend. Literally, my stepdad sent me this photo the other day because he got a reminder from Facebook, and I literally was like, "Oh my god, this picture's so cute! I need to print it out and put it on my wall somewhere." So pretty much, that's like my big chop story to give you guys background on why I decided to do it. I mean, the long story short was I was super stressed out. Life was going on and my hair was falling out. And I was hiding the fact that my hair was falling out, so I just decided to just let go and cut it off. Because outside of all the other stressors that I had going on in my life, my hair actually became another stressor and it just was a vicious cycle. Nothing was working, so I decided to let go, start fresh, and, you know, just experience, the unknown and what was new for me. Things worked out. Here's me 1 year later. This is closest to my graduation from grad school, so you can see my afro is starting to fill out, my afro is starting to grow. But honestly, letting go of my hair and not letting my hair define my beauty has been the most freeing experience I've ever had. So with that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys are struggling with making a decision, I encourage you, to do it, to follow through. You only live once. If you like the content, please like and subscribe. I'm pretty sure that I'm going to do a part 2 and part 3 to the series to kind of let you guys know what happened. The year after my big chop and me moving to another city and basically having to regrow my hair twice. Anywho's, thanks for showing love. Thanks for watching. And I hope you guys are having a great holiday weekend. Bye.